You guys seem to really enjoy the video I made about the 10 types of scout mains in TF2, so a lot of you said you wanted to see it become a series, and that is what we're doing today. We're here for the 10 types of soldier mains video. Also, a big percentage of you lot who watch my videos all the time aren't actually subscribed, so if you can go and click the button down below, I would really appreciate that. These videos take me ages now. Also, I know that some people were worried that there was going to be repeat types of players for each class. I read some comments and that was the main concern that I saw. So for this video, I have tried to make sure I don't repeat a bunch of the player types from the scout video, because I agree it would make the series really boring, really samey, and it would be a waste of time actually watching these. Anyway, the first type of soldier main, the Trojan. We're starting on a little bit of a weird spot. But these guys are the guys you see on Hightower or any other map really, just rocket jumping around and trying to get a kill with the market gardener. They normally just have the rocket jumper equipped so they don't take damage from rocket jumping, the man tread so they have better air control, and also the market gardener. Obviously that's the main part of this set. There was a part of me that used to wish I could play just like the Trojans, like solely relying on the market gardener for all of my kills, but even as I feel like I've been improving with that weapon, I just can't rely on it for all of my kills in a game. I need my rocket launcher, and that I just can't give that up. But then again, not all Trojans are absolute gods at hitting gardens either. A lot of them only ever really hit 1 or 2 a game, but they're having fun, and that is all that matters, especially when they're playing on maps like Hightower, which never really end anyway. They're just basically deathmatch servers, so these guys can just exist freely, practice their market garden swings, and just enjoy their time spent on this game, which I think is the most important thing. The next type of player is the pocket soldier, or the soldier boyfriend, basically. These are the soldier players you will see that never leave their medic alone. They constantly are overhealed and constantly looking around for anyone that might threaten the life of their medic friend who's sitting in a backpack that they're wearing, apparently. A lot of the time they might even have some high tier unusual equipped as well, just so their medic friend knows that they should be the guy who gets healed. These guys are super annoying to fight, not only because they have a lot more health when you first start, but also because while you're fighting them, they're still getting healed, and if you miss a couple of shots, all of the damage you've already done up to that point has probably been healed off by then. So unless you really catch these guys by surprise and manage to kill their medic first, a lot of the time you'll really struggle fighting a pocket soldier and their medic. Another type of soldier main we have is the kind of soldier that pretty much never touches the ground. They are rocket jumping all of the time. Like, they just do not stop. You might even see some people who play like this that sometimes rocket jump so much that by the time they actually see an enemy, they are either on really low health because they've just been, shooting themselves in the feet constantly, or they're actually just too low on rockets, so they can't actually shoot at the enemy that is in front of them. So a lot of the time they'll jump around a lot, but also die pretty much straight away. These guys are super hard to keep track of since they are just constantly moving and rotating around the map, and you might see them somewhere 1 second, they just jump away and disappear, and all of a sudden they're on the other side of the map attacking you again, which is kind of crazy, but I kind of have to respect that. The soldier is probably the most mobile class in the game next to the demo man and the scout if you are good at the sticky jumps and rocket jumps. So seeing a soldier player actually use the incredible mobility the soldier gets given with the rocket launcher is something that is actually quite special. Especially if they're good at rocket jumping, it just looks so satisfying when they do it. And if they're using it properly and, managing their health and their ammo really well, they're going to be a very dangerous player to have on the enemy team. Next, we have pretty much the exact opposite of the last player. We have the soldier mains who either cannot jump to save their lives or choose not to rocket jump at all. These guys spend most of their time on the floor just chilling, running around, and not really using the huge amount of mobility that the soldier has available to him. And honestly, that's also not really a problem. You'll often see this type of player work well if they are playing like a pocket soldier role like I mentioned earlier, because obviously a medic can't rocket jump, so staying near the medic would mean you're also not rocket jumping. But then again, these guys don't always do that exclusively when they are with a medic. It's either because they are a little bit newer to the game and haven't got rocket jumping down yet, or just because they don't like doing it. It might be uncomfortable for some people. They might not have a huge mouse pad. You just don't know. Most of the time though, this literally doesn't matter, but if you were for whatever reason playing in a more competitive setting, I assume your team would want you to be a little bit more mobile. The soldier is a very slow walking class. But if we're just talking a casual player, then I really don't care if a soldier on my team is rocket jumping around or not. Enjoy your time playing this video game, please. Next up, we have the Muselk wannabes. Back when he was around a lot more in TF2, most of the soldiers you saw were wearing some variation of the Muselk loadout. The big point and shoot hat, the exquisite rack, and the Shogun's shoulder guard. Not gonna lie, it was a really cool looking loadout, to be fair, but also one that you saw in literally every single server. And to be fair, nowadays you still see a couple of them around, but not so much. I guess that's just what happens when a YouTuber so popular has such an iconic loadout. And I only hope that one day I'll see a bunch of scouts running around servers using my loadout. Maybe. I mean, probably not, but it would still be pretty cool. I have to admit, I used to also use the same loadout Muselk had, and I bought it because of him. I also was really close to buying the exact same unusual as him at one point. I thought the loadout was that cool, I wanted to perfectly replicate it. I never ended up getting one, but I was close on multiple occasions and nearly caved so many times. To this day, I still sometimes go back and watch old Muselk videos. I really enjoy them. Another type of soldier players are the guys that just seem to live in MGE servers. Every single time you check what server they're in, they seem to just be playing MGE, grinding it out for hours and hours every single day. Like, they might be practicing for competitive, they might just want to be getting better at the soldier, but all you know is that they're spending a lot of time in an MGE server in 1v1s. I really respect the dedication of these guys. I could play maybe a couple of MGEs in a row, but then I kind of get bored and want to do other stuff for a while. But if you can sit and play MGE for hours every day and focusing that much to just try and get better, then that's great, and you have some kind of dedication and motivation that I wish I had. These guys can pop you up in the air, and a lot of the time hit an air shot on you no matter how you go flying, sometimes even twice, maybe even 3 times if you haven't died by the second air shot. It is just a little bit insane. It's a skill that I only wish that one day I could maybe possess. Another type of soldier players are the never dying soldiers. These guys are using the black box and the conch together to make sure they are almost always regenerating health. It's not as annoying as fighting the soldiers who are constantly being pocketed by a medic, but they are still pretty annoying knowing that they are regenning health every second and also getting a health boost every time they hit you with a rocket. They can be a little frustrating if a good player is using a loadout like this one. You might want to try and be a little bit sneaky when taking these guys out, since having an enemy constantly regain health in a fight feels just almost like a losing battle to me straight away. Something I am absolutely definitely not interested in partaking in. I've tried this loadout out a couple of times and I've quite liked it, but I also really just like playing with 4 rockets and the gunboats on, so I can't play on it for long. Next up, we have the Beggar bazooka mains. These soldiers are absolutely adamant that their choice of primary weapons is the best choice, and nobody can ever convince them of anything different. Even if I think they're wrong or anybody else thinks they're wrong, they don't care. And you know what? I respect that. Maybe sometimes it's a little bit more ironic from them, like they know the weapon probably isn't objectively the best, but they don't care and just use it anyway. I never really got on with the Beggars bazooka when I used it. I felt like it was a little bit too clunky for the way I like to play soldier, but I can understand why some people would like it. I'm not coming into these videos trying to attack anyone for the way they play a class. If that's the way you play, this game has no rules, so that's completely fine. So if you want to use the Beggars all the time, that is completely up to you. Okay, so this is the only repeated type of player in this video, the competitive players. Competitive soldiers are a different breed completely. They hit you when you don't think people should be able to. They can predict everything you're doing and everywhere you're moving, and they can easily destroy you no matter where you attack them from. It is actually completely insane. I love watching competitive highlights where the soldiers just go off and do something like insanely cool looking. Stuff like air shots, kill chains, cool jumps, and at one point I did want to play comp as a soldier. Like, I genuinely wanted to play competitive and get really good at soldier and maybe potentially one day make it into a competitive highlights reel like these guys were. But then I started playing scout and stopped wanting to play comp. So that whole dream that lasted a couple of days just completely went out the window. But regardless of that, I still like watching the clips, and I think watching soldier plays are some of my favorite parts of comp, honestly. And the final type of soldier mains are these shotgun soldiers. These guys are the types of players who constantly shoot at you with the shotgun. I'm so used to being attacked with a rocket launcher that as soon as a soldier pulls out a shotgun, I am genuinely surprised because, like I said, I'm so used to everybody using the gunboats and nobody having a shotgun ever. I'm genuinely surprised I haven't seen more shotgun soldiers recently, mainly because the shotgun is such a powerful weapon in the game but most soldiers I see are using the gunboats or never pull their shotgun out. I reckon you could very easily play soldier and get a lot of kills only using the shotgun. It really wouldn't be that hard. I used to always use the shotgun, but then as soon as I found out what the gunboats were, I genuinely have trouble going back to using anything other than them. Even though the shotgun is great and would help against pyros a lot, I like to rocket jump and not lose all of my health straight away. Let me know in the comments which type of soldier player you think you are, or if there's any more types of players that you think should have been on this list, then please comment them down below as well. You never know, once this series is over, we could always revisit some if there's enough for more videos. I have absolutely zero problem with doing that. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you leave this one a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would mean a lot. There is also a Discord link in the description if you want to join that. Giveaways are starting soon, pretty much every single week or something in there. So make sure you join it. Also, there's a Patreon link down below as well if you want to support that and get some cool rewards. And there's a merch link down below if you want to purchase any of that stuff. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.